Hi everyone, at Dan Hazard here. About a week ago, I posted my FM26 initial thoughts video, focused specifically on the Steam Deck. I've just finished my first season, and I'm going to do a quick review on what I think works, what I think doesn't, and to give a general update on how things are going.
So what's good then, you ask? Well, it's undoubtedly addictive. I've put in quite a lot of hours, as you can see, and it's been successful so far. It's taken a little while to get used to the tactics, etc., but a number of trophies in my first season is a real result. What I also like is the fact that the new tactics in possession and out of possession, I think that's really helpful. Allows you to set up a bit more defensively when you've not got the ball. It means that I've kept a couple more clean sheets than perhaps I would have done historically. And I didn't think I'd like that sort of finer tweaking, but I really have. It's been a real bonus. Regarding performance on the Steam Deck itself, I'm using an OLED Steam Deck, and I've found from a Steam Deck perspective, it's been absolutely faultless running it. Any of the errors, etc., that I'll come on to later in the video are down to the game and not its ability to run on the Steam Deck. So if you're a Steam Deck player and you're questioning whether this game will work for you, it works wonderfully. A quick summary then of what's good before we look at what's not so good. So there's a lot here that is good. It runs well on the Steam Deck natively. It's still typically addictive. The new tactics system offers a lot more detail than I had anticipated and was expecting it to. And on a positive, a real positive, and shout out to the community really, because the mods are already starting to take place. A good one, which I haven't used yet, which I've seen, is to speed up the use of the UI, which looks like it's having a massive impact already. So well done to the modding community. So what's not to like then? Well, where do I really start? There's a lot not to like. There's a lot that's very frustrating, and it all tends to base around the UI and the visuals and the way things look or don't look. Whether that's it's all jammed on one screen and it doesn't quite fit because the UI box has been made smaller, even though there's blank room left on the page, or whether it's coming to offer a new contract and you can't click the drop downs because they appear up and there's no way for it to appear up, or simple things such as the clearing up of the tactics that they've done is great. So you've got in possession and out of possession until somebody gets sent off, and then you can't just pull your attacking mid back to left back and swap them over like you would historically. You've got to move the attacking mid in possession and out of possession to left back to be able to do that, which just seems nonsense. One of the things that really was a bugbear for me was trying to find how I could adjust my budgets. It's something that I do quite a lot, especially early on when I'm trying to build a team. And it's so hidden away. I mean, it's there, you can still do it, but the UI in this case is just not intuitive enough for the way in which people will regularly want to use it and regularly access it, which is a real shame. That said, like I mentioned earlier, we have got people that are working on the visuals within the community. You've got mods that you can download that change the glaring hideousness of the bright colours to something a bit more, um, visually appealing, something a bit more plain, so that you haven't got that aggressive nature in your eyes all the time. We've got people changing the regens, we've got people changing and updating team names, etc. So the community is what's made this game and what will allow this game ultimately to survive. So when it comes to giving this a final rating, it's not as cut and dry as you might think. It works on the Steam Deck. It's really addictive. I'm probably going to sound like I'm sitting on the fence, but I'd give it a 3 out of 5. And I think potential is there. I would perhaps wait a few months, though, for the community to really kick in, and for the updates to be there, and for, well, hopefully for them to iron out the bugs themselves, but I don't see that happening. It's got real promise. It's not as horrible as everyone's making out, but it's by no means a finished product either. I've been Dan Hazard. Thank you for listening and watching. If you can like or subscribe or leave a comment, whether it's positive or negative, all interactions matter. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys.